Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Soul Drop, and this is my first impressions look on the much anticipated Dame 8 EXTPLY. This shoe came out of nowhere and is literally the same exact shoe as the Dame 8. So I don't know what Adidas is thinking, you know what I mean? I mean, the Dame 8 came out more than a year ago. So I have been waiting for the Dame 9 for quite a while and it hasn't come out, and then this is what they released, which is literally the exact same shoe. I guess it's good that they kept it the same exact price though, 130 bucks. So if you guys do want to cop either of these shoes, I'll try to leave a link in the description box. Also, the Dame 8, the regular Dame 8 is on sale for like 98 bucks, 100 bucks, somewhere around there depending on the colorway. So again, I mean, this is an older shoe, kinda, right? So again, links will be in the description box. Let's get started right off with the Tracciones, and it is identical to the regular Dame 8. It really doesn't seem like they changed anything at all, which I don't know guys, it's super lazy, you know what I mean? And I mean, if they were gonna release this, they should have released it like way sooner, right? This is the time for the Dame 9 to come out. I don't know what they're doing. But yeah, I mean, honestly though, Adidas has been like lacking a lot in their shoe department, and they sell shoes. So yeah, I haven't really been liking a lot of their shoes lately, you know what I mean? Especially for basketball. But anyways, we have a fully translucent rubber for this colorway, and the traction actually seems pretty good, right? So my experience with this colorway of the Dame 8 wasn't good, right? It was sliding around everywhere, even on a dusty setting, and just I never got a good bite. So I didn't really like playing in the Dame 8. Also, the cushion was way too soft, so because of that combined together, I felt really slow playing in the Dame 8, which made me not like it because I'm a guard and I rely on my speed and I want to be a little bit faster. So that's why I didn't like the Dame 8 all too much, you know what I mean? But here in the EXTPLY, in this colorway, the translucent for some reason feels pretty damn good. You know, seems like it has a very, very nice bite on my wood floors, and obviously I tried it with the regular Dame 8 as well, and it didn't seem to bite as good, you know what I mean? So this has a pretty nice bite. Also, it has a lot louder of a squeak. It has a very nice, loud, high-pitched squeak as well, which I do like. Obviously, it has nothing to do with performance, but I like to have a nice little squeak, you know what I mean? So that feels nice as well. And also for the durability seems alright. The grooves aren't super deep, but I guess the rubber is kind of hard and there is a lot of surface area. So I feel like outdoor use should be okay with the Dame 8 EXTPLY. Same thing as the Dame 8. It just seems like they changed up the rubber compound a little bit, you know what I mean? So there is the outsole there. Moving on to the heel to toe transition, it feels very smooth, just like in the regular Dame 8, you know what I mean? And they literally kept the same outsole and midsole, you know what I mean? So here in the heel, we have a nice rounded shape. The Bounce Pro midsole has so much compression, right? And because of that, it's super duper soft here in the heel, and then here in the forefoot, we have a nice curved shape and good amount of forefoot flex, right? It doesn't really flex in the midfoot, has good torsional support. So overall heel to toe transition feels really, really smooth. The shape is nice, and also it feels really nice with the flexibility and the very, very soft midsole, right? And now moving on to the cushioning setup, we got Bounce Pro, just like in the regular Dame 8. Woo, and it's super thick, guys. Really, really thick. It's luscious. It's plush, you know what I mean? I don't know what luscious. I don't know. I don't know where that came from. But yeah, it's really, really soft, and it's too soft for me. You know what I mean? Like I just said, the Dame 8 was a little too soft. It felt mushy, you know what I mean? So I mean, obviously it's a very comfortable, you know, midsole. It's a very comfortable cushion. It also has a nice little rebound back as well. It's just, it was too much compression for me personally. So that's why I didn't really like it all too much, you know what I mean? And it feels literally the exact same here in the regular Dame 8 EXTPLY, you know? So there's a lot of compression here in the heel. Court feel isn't great. The insole is the same. In the insole, they're using a patented crappy paper stock Adidas insole, and then underneath that, also the strobe board is really crappy, you know what I mean? So I wish they would, you know, what I would have done to change up the cushion, you know, because this is kind of like an upgraded version of the Dame 8. The cushion should be a little bit lower to the ground in my personal opinion, you know what I mean? Like, I want better court feel, so I would make this thinner. The Bounce Pro is soft already, you know what I mean? So make it a little bit thinner, and then make the step-in comfort really nice, You know, either do what they did in the BYW Select or the Harden Volume 7 with like the cutout and the heel, or do what like a lot of Chinese companies do lately, right? With the soft mesh strobe board. And because of that, you wouldn't need the cushion to be soft because you have really good step and comfort, you know what I mean? And also you would still have good compression here in the heel because the Bounce Pro is soft. So that's what I would have done. But I'm sure a lot of people love the Dame 8 cushioning setup. It's just in my personal opinion, right? So there is the cushioning setup there. Moving on to the material. So the material feels, yeah, it's like this felt material. You know what? It reminds me a little bit of the Harden Volume 6, right? It doesn't feel as stiff as the Harden Volume 6 was, but it still does feel pretty damn stiff. It also feels kind of like, just like cumbersome. You know what I mean? I guess it does feel like cozy because it is on the thicker side of things, but and also it does feel supportive, but it's not like super duper soft. You know what I mean? And I feel like it'll break in nicely though. You know, once I break it in and stuff like that. But right now it doesn't feel amazing, right? And it does feel really cheap. It's just like this really cheap felt material. And just like the Harden Volume 6, I feel like this material is going to be so dirty. You know what? It's gonna get scuffed really easily. And it's gonna be very hard to wipe off, you know what I mean? So I don't like that, but I guess it feels okay on foot. Also, we have this strap. We have this like forefoot / midfoot strap with a whole bunch of ventilation holes or just like holes in it. And it's a one-way strap. Doesn't really, you know, improve lockdown all too much in my personal opinion. It's just there. Yeah, it's just a waste of material in my personal opinion. You know, it doesn't really improve lockdown all too much, and it's just adding a little bit of bulk here. And then for the tongue, we have very minimal padding, right? It's not super cozy for the tongue. It's also a half booty construction tongue. And then the laces, it seems like it's the exact same type of laces as a regular Dame 8. I guess a little bit different in material, but it feels a little cheap, honestly, right? And then here in the ankle area, we actually have a good amount of padding. It feels very, very nice and cozy. And then we also have this kind of like flappy thing going on, just like in the regular Dame 8. Right, where your Achilles is. So yeah, quality wise it feels not so good, and also like the over upper feels very bulky and also super kind of like it feels cozy, right, but like cumbersome at the same time. So for me, not my type of upper, but I'm sure a lot of people or some people will enjoy it, you know, if you want like a cozy upper, if you want a supportive upper and stuff like that. But for me, I like to have a very minimal feeling upper, which this does not feel like, you know what I mean? And now moving on to the fit, I went true to size and it fits me pretty well and fits pretty much exactly the same as a regular Dame 8, right? So here in the toe box, it is kinda snug, so that feels nice. Lengthwise, I was good going true to size. My toes go pretty close to the edge of the shoe. And also widthwise, I would say it's around normal width, maybe a touch wide, you know what I mean? So, because I'm coming from the Sabrina ones. You know, I just did the first impressions of this shoe as well. I was wearing this shoe around in the apartment and also the Dame 8s, and this shoe is freaking hella narrow. And this shoe felt a little bit, or actually a lot more comfortable because of the wider fit, right? So yeah, if you have a wide foot, you should be okay, maybe going true to size, but if you want to be a little bit more on the roomier side of things or a little bit more looser of a fit, then probably go up a half size. But for most people, you should be okay going true to size. And as far as the support and lockdown goes, you should be fine, right? This upper feels super duper supportive. And then we have this like forefoot / midfoot strap, I guess, you know, going on a little bit here. And then also we have the foam coming up, acting as sidewall a little bit here in the heel, and an internal TPU heel count. So lateral containment feels like it's going to be very good. And also lateral stability, we do have a pretty wide base. You can see how much the midsole kind of like protrudes out here in the forefoot, giving you a better like wider base. So lateral stability feels like it's going to be good. It is a mid-top design. It doesn't really seem like it restricts ankle movement that much, right? I still have pretty good ankle movement, so ankle support doesn't seem the best, you know what I mean? But something that I'm super curious about is the weight. So the Dame 8 wasn't super heavy, but it wasn't super light either. It's just 12.8 ounces, so it's a little bit heavier than average, but basically average weight, right? But the EXTPLY feels a lot heavier. Let's see. Yeah, 15 ounces. Oh my gosh. Why is it so freaking heavy? Let's check the other shoe. Yeah, 14.95 ounces. Yeah, so from 12.8 ounces to 15 ounces, which is like what? More than 2 ounces, right? So yeah, I mean, it feels a lot bulkier. It feels a lot stiffer, like with the upper and all that, and does feel heavier. So yeah, great. That's amazing. So we have the Dame 8, which the cushion was too soft, the traction wasn't amazing, but it was like light, right? But we have the Dame EXTPLY, and the traction feels a little bit better, but we'll have to see on that. But the cushion still feels very soft and mushy, and it's heavier and it's bulkier feeling, which is like, what? Why? You know, that makes no sense. You know what I mean? So yeah, that definitely is a huge bummer, you know. So there's the weight there. Moving on to the aesthetics, I definitely feel like the EXTPLY looks a little bit better design wise, but I mean, it's pretty much the same exact design. It's just there's a 4-foot strap, but I guess where the 3 stripes logo is, it's a little bit different as well. This actually reminds me of the John Wall. I forgot what it was, John Wall 2 or something like that, or 1. Remember? Do you guys remember John Wall actually had a signature shoe line with Adidas? You guys remember that? But anyways, it kind of reminds me of that. So, and also I kind of like this colorway. It's like a tennis ball colorway. I just really am not looking forward to this material scuffing. Yeah, I feel like this will get very, very dirty. So tell us what you guys think of the aesthetics down in the comment section below. So wrapping things up, yeah, not a huge fan, you know what I mean? And it's not my type of shoe. The Dame 8 was not my type of shoe. And then I feel like right now for my first impressions, they made it a little bit worse, you know what I mean? It's so much heavier, it's so much bulkier, and they kept the things that I didn't like in the Dame 8 in the Dame 8 EXTPLY, you know what I mean? So that kind of sucks, you know, but hopefully it all changes once I play in it. Hopefully it gets better. I don't know how, but maybe I'll like it, but I have my doubts on it, you know what I mean? So but I feel like, you know, if you like the Dame 8 and you like the really soft cushion and like the coziness of the upper, the upper here in the EXTPLY definitely does feel a lot cozier because it's just like so much, it has a lot more mass to it, you know? But anyways, that about concludes my first impressions look on the Dame 8 EXTPLY. Again, if you guys didn't want to cop either of these shoes, I try to leave a link in the description box, but that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.